Hi, I really feel like I should be suing some doctors right now. I wonder if I can. I'm really in the mood to do so. So, I finally have a diagnosis for this. Tendinitis making its way into carpal tunnel. I think it depends on how the tendinitis does. And getting there was quite the long journey, getting this diagnosis. And unfortunately, that's not something new when it comes to disabled people and hospitals, doctors, etc. But let's go from the very beginning, shall we? So this started around probably July 4th, I want to say. I remember because I was telling my ex about it, that my fingers were getting a little bit numb. I was just sitting at the computer on the 4th of July probably, and just started feeling this little numbness, and I thought, it'll go away in a little bit, you know, every once in a while, a few times a year, my bones like to feel like they're crushing against each other. It's weird. I get random spurts of pain everywhere, like chronic pain, like, you know? And so I didn't really think anything of it, but then for just days, you know, it started to continue to get numb, my palm, my entire hand really, and sometimes my arm, like my whole arm. And so I went to the chiropractor first, my chiropractor that I've had since 8th grade, because people were thinking it's likely a pinched nerve. So I went, and going to the doctor, any doctor pre-pandemic, was already difficult. Getting people to efficiently tell you information was already difficult. Even if you have a chiropractor that's known you since the 8th grade, even if you have a family doctor, actually my family doctor is less annoying about it, but I just like, you know what, it's probably a pinched nerve, I guess, I don't know, you tell me. All he did was adjust me and that was it, and I said, okay, well, how long is it gonna take to feel better? And this man did not want to actually like efficiently tell me anything. I had to keep going, yo, I need you to write this down because you've got a mask on. Okay, so you're gonna have to, you know I'm deaf, you've known me since the 8th grade. Anyway, finally he tells me, it'll be a few days, don't worry about it, it'll be a few days and you're good. About a week or so goes by and I'm not feeling good. It keeps going, I'm numb, it goes on and off, but for the most part it was just, you know, getting numb and tingly and, you know, whatever. And I would try to take my massager and go at it, it wasn't working, and I was talking about this on Instagram stories, and somebody told me, yeah, if you're only going once and your chiropractor only tells you to go once, you need a new chiropractor, because if it's a pinched nerve, it's gonna be a while before it really fixes anything. But, you know, I also went to my family doctor because I wanted to see what he had to say. Keep in mind, I have no insurance, so anytime I go to the doctor, specialist especially, it gets very expensive. It costs $100 just to walk into the door. Keep in mind, I'm making about $1,000 a month on average, 5 paychecks altogether. Go in there and he's doing, I went to a different doctor than my family doctor that I normally go to because he was booked up for like weeks. And, you know, I was like, hey, you gotta write, things like that. And this man has the worst handwriting too, but also just, he was just not really telling me much. He would just be doing like this to my wrist, and he's like, does it hurt? I'm like, no, nothing really hurts now, and when you just do like this, I'm not really feeling anything. He's like, well, here's some steroids and go. But he never really told me what it was. He just gave me the steroids and went, and I'm like, well, what's going on? Won't tell me. So, okay, I take the steroids and yeah, they stopped the pain for a little bit, but it just kept coming back, and I was going to the chiropractor more often too. Also expensive when you're going 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, every week. I just kept trying to go to the chiropractors who still won't tell me information. Didn't take any x-rays or anything, I don't think about it, which the doctor told me that you can't do x-rays for nerves because it won't really show anything, but what if it wasn't a nerve problem? Because he was thinking it was a neck issue, but I wasn't really, well, I have chronic pain, my neck and shoulders always hurt, my back always hurts, but there was just a feeling that I had that whatever was going on with this wasn't a nerve and neck issue, even though I was also feeling it, like, right here, and if I ever, like, hit my right leg, I would feel it in my arm, I don't know. So I went back, I messaged him on a little patient portal. I said, been a month, like, it's not doing anything. She goes, well, we can make a referral to a specialist, and if I thought going to the family doctor was expensive, without insurance. Specialist are even more expensive. And when I still had insurance before I got taken off at 26, because that's what happens when you live in the United States. You're no longer under your parents' insurance once you turn 26. Even when I had insurance, when we had to change insurances because my dad had a different job, going to a specialist that wasn't like my gynecologist was about $150, I want to say. Or was that just the emergency room? I don't know, but oh gosh. So I was like, okay, well, do you know how much it's gonna cost? Can you ask them things like that? Because I can't call these people. And I don't know who you're trying to refer me to, so I'm like, I'm gonna need this information before you're like, hey, put me on their list, because, you know, if it's gonna be too expensive. It's like, so finally, I get a referral, and I stopped going to the chiropractor for a bit because, one, I don't feel like it's doing anything. I wanted to save money for the specialist because I knew that the specialist was going to be expensive. I already racked up the bills going to the chiropractor. I get my referral, and I told my family doctor, hey, you have to let them know I'm deaf. I'm going to need emails. They can't call me. It's not going to do any good. Okay, we'll put that on the file. Guess we got a phone call. I just had a feeling when I looked at the phone number, like I didn't know the place's phone number, I didn't even know what place it was gonna be, but I just happened to have a feeling. And I looked it up on Google and I went, oh god, yep, it's Ortho Carolina calling me. Called my dad, yo, can you tell them that calling me is useless and they're supposed to email me, like those were specific instructions given to them. He was like, okay, I'll call them. And they're like, oh, sorry, we didn't know. Apparently the person that got the referral and transferred over didn't have that written down for us. Okay, cool. So I'm talking to Courtney. I don't like Courtney. None of you are going to like Courtney when this is over, hopefully. Join me. Please share my frustrations with Courtney. She emails me, and she's like, hey, so we got your referral for your neck pain, da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Hi, I have some questions first. How much is it going to cost? I can't afford fancy tests. Like, the thought of an MRI without insurance scares me. The thought of an MRI with insurance scares me. Do you know how much these things are gonna cost? Is there a payment plan available? And she says, I don't know what the doctor's gonna do, so I can't really give you any price estimates, and no, we don't do payment plans. Actually, before I even got that answer, I asked the question, a full 24 hours goes by, and I don't have a response to my email. So I might have sent another email saying, hey, I hope you're not gonna do this thing where you don't answer this disabled patients, deaf patients, back, and I would like to be treated the same as your able patients, because they would have gotten they would have gotten their questions answered and an appointment made in probably 5 minutes. So, and here I am waiting 24 hours still on nothing. I still didn't get an answer back. 2 days later, still no response, and I text my dad. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to call these people because I'm not getting an email back from them. I'm getting really frustrated. So he calls, and apparently this woman never got a reply. She never got my reply. She said it might have gone into junk. Every single time I send somebody an email, or somebody sends me an email and it's been replied to, it doesn't go into junk anymore, from my experience. But okay, I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt, because who knows what's going on with their servers, whatever email they use, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, can you get this woman, can you get Courtney to email me, because I need my answers, and I need this appointment, because it's the end of August. It's been almost 2 months now. Pain is coming. It's numb. I don't want my nerves dead, and I need something. So she emails me back with those answers, telling me there's no payment plan available or any of that, and I'm like, but she's like, well, if you go to the doctor, you can just tell them that you don't want any tests done, and da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, well, what appointments do you have? I'll get the check-in, the $250 to check-in. It's just let me know, like, what appointments are available. That was on Thursday. Fast forward to Monday or Tuesday, both, actually, and guess who has not responded? Courtney. I'm getting so frustrated. I'm in a lot of pain. The pain is skyrocketing. Like, actually, from the previous Tuesday to that next Tuesday, it was actually fine. My hand wasn't hurting at all, and I wasn't numb at all, which was very strange. Like I said, it goes on and off. But I'm getting so frustrated. I'm so angry at Courtney. I want to go off, but she's not answering emails. What good is that gonna do? I text my dad again. I'm like, these people are not answering. Call them, yell at them. Like, I don't even know what to do anymore. He's like, what do you want me to tell them? I'm like, tell them I'm gonna sue them first and foremost. Tell them I need answers. They need to stop, like, ignoring me or whatever, da-da-da. Like, you can't do this type of thing. I'm trying to get help here, and you're not allowing me to get any access to any help. I wasn't actually gonna sue anybody, but I thought maybe it would scare them a little bit. I was just so frustrated. Like, I keep trying to get contacted with people. I went through the contact form on the website, I went on their Facebook, whatever, and they weren't answering me. So he calls, and he gets a different woman, and this woman's named Casey. I love Casey. Casey needs a raise. I can't believe I'm saying this. For somebody, I want somebody who's doing the bare minimum to get a raise. What you're already supposed to be doing for your job, I want you to get a raise for it, okay? That's what it's like for disabled people, where you kick us around, you basically act like we're the dirt on the bottom of your shoes, but when you do something nice, you're like, give this person a raise. So she's like, hey, I want to get you a referral, I want to get this thing going. In terms of payment plans, you can't do a payment plan for the $250. You have to pay for that up front to be able to come to the office, but we can't do payment. Oh wait, that's what angered me. When my dad asked the same question, he said, can you do payment plans? And Casey tells him, we can give you a payment plan. And I was like, wait, so we're going to tell the deaf person, the disabled person, that we can't do payment plans, but you're going to tell the abled man, the abled hearing man, that you can do payment plans. Somebody's lying. Somebody's being discriminatory, I want to say. Somebody's being ableist. What is going on here? So I was very frustrated by that. So she emails me, and she tells me, like I said, can't do a payment plan on the $250, but you can do a payment plan for anything that comes after, any tests that are done, take that up to the financial department. Okay, cool. But I was like, okay, you're telling me this, but Courtney over here told me that I can't do a payment plan, but you're telling my able hearing father that you can do a payment plan. And I was saying something along the lines of like, this isn't cool. You can't give us completely different answers. You can't tell me no and then tell the able man yes. Like, that doesn't look right. She's like, I understand that, and that's very confusing. I don't know why you were told that you can't do a payment plan. I don't know if Courtney didn't understand what I was talking about. Like, if she just meant the check-in price, but like I told her, I'll do the check-in price if I have to. I don't have a choice. I'll figure it out. Anything after that is what I'm asking for. I don't know. Courtney, I need to know what's up with you. But you wanna know what was so great? I love Casey so much. And one day, right before the office closed at 5 p.m., I had an appointment booked. And you know what she also did? She said, by the way, we have a little computer that will translate for you. Turns out it's VRI. I thought it was going to be like voice to text, but it wasn't. And then she also said, if you want a sign language interpreter brain, you can do that too. To which I said, you're paying for that, right? Because you have to by law. It's not going to be me. She's like, oh, no, we got it. I was like, okay, cool. You know what? I'm going to do a sign language interpreter. Because VRI, I'm a little about it. Although I would have used that as backup because we didn't know if the interpreter was going to be available 2 days later for my appointment. Turns out my interpreter's available 2 days later for my appointment. Yes. So I didn't use the VRI computer, although I'm kind of curious about it, but whatever. So I get there. I'm at my appointment. I go to check in. I have it written down, my name, whatever. You know, hey, I'm here to see this doctor. And the woman writes interpreter. And just because I simcom this, I said, I don't know where the interpreter is. I just got here. And she talks through her mask. You know the person in front of you is deaf. You know the person needs an interpreter to understand you. You've had deaf clients and interpreters come to you before, and you talk through your mask. And I looked at her and I said, I'm still deaf. So she writes it down. I was just like, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I was just so fed up with this place. I was having such a bad experience trying to get people to talk to me and get an appointment made and whatever, and just that part alone just made me go, really? So I just stared at her and went, I'm still deaf. Like, this isn't doing anything for me. She says, well, we'll wait until your interpreter comes before you do the paperwork. I'm deaf, not 5. I can do my own paperwork, but okay. I'm waiting, and I got scared. I was beginning to think I wasn't going to have my interpreter because it was about 5 minutes till, and no interpreter showed up. But then I look over, and I see this woman with a mask outside, and there's like a clear window, and I went, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen anybody in person wear that before. And then it started to click once she got inside, and she was kind of like turning around, and then she starts spelling my name out, and I went, that's my interpreter. I knew it. Okay, before I was like, But then I was like, I knew it, because like, who else of all people is gonna wear that, right? Obviously an interpreter is going to. Well, I don't know if any other interpreters are, but you know, when you see that, you're kind of thinking that's very likely gonna be the interpreter. I love that interpreter. I was a little bit nervous to have her. I let her know, you know, my knowledge in ASL is more for basic conversation. Like, I'm not really knowledgeable in medical vocabulary, and finger spelling is the death of me. So, but she was like, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. If you need a guy to write, whatever, we're gonna do this and that. It's fine. Cool. God, I love her so much. If I have any local events here, now I have 2 people that I enjoy for interpreters. So we had a little bit of a chat while we were waiting to be called forward, and I was telling her about what happened with the emails, and I told her what happened with the front desk, and she was like, okay. Then we get called to the front desk, getting checked in officially and paying. All that was smooth. It was just so nice to have somebody be like translating things for me, and it was great. This is my first time ever having an interpreter for medical appointments, by the way, so it was quite the experience for me. We go in, getting everything interpreted, cool. Doctor comes in. I also tell him what's up. I'm just telling as many people as I can about whatever's going on, how this whole journey, and also the journey to get an appointment, because I feel like it's important. I need these people to know what's going on. You can't treat people like this. Can't treat disabled patients like they're nothing. So he takes my wrist and he does this. Like, you know, before when the family doctor was doing this, I couldn't really feel anything because you're just like moving it real fast, right? I don't know if it's really a big difference, but he's doing this and doing this. I'm like, oh my God, this hurts, because before the appointment, I was having extreme pain then right in my wrist, and so just right here, just right in this little spot, and then in my wrist. Telling him, you know, it gets a little bit numb, and he's like, are you feeling it? I'm like, yeah, it's starting to get a little bit painful and whatever. He's like, all right, we're gonna take x-rays, and I was like, okay, if it's anything like the general physicians, you know, it'll be like 50 to 100 bucks. Not really what okay. Yeah, so we got those done, a couple of x-rays. Tells me I have tendinitis. I don't know if it's both tendinitis and carpal tunnel. I think it's tendinitis just kind of trying to make its way possibly into carpal tunnel, and I'm basically being treated for the tendinitis, and then we'll see what happens there. I let him know, you know, I've been working with computers for well over a decade since I was a child. I think for the last, definitely for the last 10 years, right after high school graduation, mostly, because, you know, I make videos, I edit them, I type a lot, I write a lot of emails, and I try to write articles, try being the operative word, and, you know, now I stream also, so that brings a whole lot more to the table with, you know, how much you do, especially the same repetitive movements. I play a lot of Fortnite, so it's the same over and over and over. So he said, it's very inflamed, so what we want to do is get you, wear a splint, and he said the one that I had was fine, but then I got this one because it has a lot more support than the other one that I had. He said, I'm gonna get you some liquid ibuprofen because I can't take pills. I was like, okay, and then he said, we'll see if that inflammation goes away, and then it should get better, but if it doesn't, come back in a month, wear your brace 24/7, although I do take it off when I shower and to like scratch it and massage it a little bit because it gets so itchy. And yeah, if the pain stops, then you don't really need to come back, but if it keeps going, come back and we'll try other options. I'm really hoping I never have to get surgery. That's like the one thing I don't want, because one, I'm scared of surgery, also the financial cost, like, So great, I have a diagnosis, and I was like, thank you, I am so happy to have a name to this. Tendinitis, possibly carpal tunnel. Oh yeah, and Fortnite is banned. Basically any games, like shooter games where I have to use my left hand, pretty much banned for at least a month if I want it to get better. So I'm trying to figure out what to do in terms of streaming on Twitch. If you don't follow me on Twitch, consider following me. I have it up here somewhere. And then we get to the part with the medicine. My appointment was Thursday, and they said, okay, well, the pharmacy, the one pharmacy that isn't your regular pharmacy that can turn the pills to liquid, it's not gonna have it ready until tomorrow. So, okay, cool. So Thursday was my appointment. Friday was when I was supposed to get my medication. Today is Monday. This video probably won't be live until Wednesday through Friday, depending. I still don't have medication. Because now the pharmacy apparently is having something going on with them where actually it turns out they can't do it. So they keep trying to call the doctor. And the doctor's not responding. Nobody is responding. So they keep calling and nobody's responding. So they can't do anything until they get some sort of response from my doctor there. So I have no medication. And I am in pain and numb and over it. Like, we call the pharmacist and we also call the specialists, the doctors, and like everybody's just going back and forth. And I'm like, why couldn't I just get an appointment so easily? Why can't I get my medication? And so I've been getting children's Motrin because it's liquid, and then also chewables because I thought I'd try that out instead of liquid, and I don't know if it's really gonna do anything because I don't even know how much to take, and so I'm just waiting for my medication. So I don't know if that's going to change the way that my arm heals or my wrist heals, if even heals at all in time before the appointment. Like, will I be able to cancel the appointment? I don't know, because I feel like it'll be a week before I might maybe get the medication that I'm supposed to have. I don't even know what medication I'm supposed to have. Is it liquid ibuprofen? I don't even know. So I've been in pain. It's taken all the energy that I had left, and I didn't even have that much energy left. It's definitely difficult to do things. I keep trying to use my phone, I'm trying to type, and I keep remembering I can't use my arm, I can't use my left arm. I'm behind on Patreon stuff again because I have to write articles, but it takes forever. I was doing a little tiny, like, 1 paragraph update post that took probably 5 minutes to type, when it probably would have taken me like 1 if I had both hands, because I'm a very fast typer, but that's with both hands, not 1. So yeah, I can't do streams the way I normally would, so I'm trying to find games that I would actually enjoy, like visual novels or things like that, but I'm not really into that stuff that much, but I'm just trying them out because it's really all that I can do on there right now. I don't really know what else to do on stream. Video setup is a little bit difficult, and my makeup is going to be so simple, but I guess that means I can take advantage finally of the bright lipsticks I have, because I haven't been wearing them all that much, I don't think. So we're going to get used to those, and just other everyday tasks like trying to cook things, clean things, still working on my room here, and that's a struggle. Taking out the trash is like, oh my god, because once it gets heavy I need my other arm, but if I use this and use it to lift anything heavy, it's going to hurt. And yeah, right now I feel a little bit numb in my fingers. Editing videos is probably gonna take a lot longer to do too, and this video is already getting long, so I'm like, great. I wish that the medical industry, that doctors and staff would stop making it so much more difficult for disabled people. Hospitals are expensive for us, always trying to figure out what a diagnosis is, and then it's difficult for a lot of us to get insurance. It gets very expensive, you know, just walking in the door. So trying to go in once is hard, and then if nobody's really telling you what's happening, I mean, deaf people have died. Deaf people have died in a hospital bed because apparently someone had cancer, but they didn't tell him and there wasn't proper treatment, and he's just died because nobody would give him an interpreter or something. And I still remember when I had my car accident a couple years ago, no one was willing to write down for me, and like, you might kill me if you give me the wrong medication. There was a Switch That Birth episode about it that was pretty accurate. So frustrating. It shouldn't be this difficult to get an appointment. And also, remember, I did a video with Jessica Kellgren-Fozard a couple years ago when we exchanged hospital horror stories. I talked about my car crash incident, I think, and she was talking about how she was in so much pain at a hospital and nobody was really treating her the way that she's supposed to be treated, and I think her wife was right and the doctors were wrong, and da-da-da. So yeah, unfortunately this is something that's all too common, and it really shouldn't be. So now I've been contacting Ortho Carolina through Facebook and Instagram, things like that. I'm like, I need my medicine, and they're like, we're working on it, we're handling it on the inside. I'm like, how? Because nobody's telling me anything and nobody's giving me medicine, you know. Like, I have to keep waiting for something I should have already received because nobody's calling anybody back. I'm just ready for this to be done. Like, I have work to do. Like, I can't, like, it's always been a struggle for me to be able to do work because of mental things going on, and not having the energy from other things, from chronic pain and mental health crap. And now this adding to it is just, that's the new hospital doctor horror story. So if you have any that you would like to share, because I don't know, I feel like we share these kinds of stories over and over and over, but nobody really seems to be fixing anything. But I mean, if you want to try, bring more awareness to stuff, comment section is down below for you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you would like to support the work that I do have a Patreon page, or you can join the channel membership, which is down below. There's a little join button. Both work just depends on what perks you want, I guess. Just depends on what perk you want, I guess. Again, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you later.